The man had spent all his savings on a first-class ticket just to meet his idol, the CEO of a major airline. But after a brief handshake, the wealthy executive immediately began sanitizing his hands. When Mala pitched his idea for a low-cost airline so poor people could afford to fly, the executive laughed in his face. He made it clear, airplanes were for the rich, and he would never let the wealthy and the poor share a cabin. He even tried to push Mala into economy, but Mala stood his ground. He'd paid for his seat, and no one had the right to move him. But the executive wouldn't tolerate sitting next to someone like him. So not long after, an announcement came over the speakers claiming there was a technical issue, and the flight had to return.
तुमने तो टिकट खरीदी है, लेकिन मैंने ये प्लेन ही खरीदा है दोस्त.
What the executive didn't realize was that the poor guy he sneered at was about to become his biggest threat. As soon as Mala got off the plane, a white-haired venture capitalist approached him, genuinely interested in his airline idea. They sat down at a small restaurant. The investor looked skeptical at first, but after one bite of the food, he was stunned. It tasted as good as any five-star meal. Mala explained, the restaurant used the same high-quality ingredients and strict hygiene standards as luxury spots, but charged just a fraction of the price. His airline would follow the same model. By cutting out unnecessary luxuries and middlemen, they could offer affordable flights and still make a solid profit. The investor was sold and invited Mala to pitch the idea to his board. Mala presented a well-reasoned, clear business plan that impressed the board, but they warned it would take 6 months before any funding could be released. In the meantime, Mala had to raise enough money to order planes. Determined, Mala's mother mortgaged their house and land to back him. They secured a civil aviation license and started to celebrate. Then, disaster struck. New regulations required Boeing to provide blueprints, and Boeing canceled their deal. Worse, Mala's startup was slapped with a €50,000 penalty for aircraft delays. Desperate, Mala turned to the white-haired investor, only to discover a brutal truth.